what should you invest in when inflation comes? Hi, this is Charlie giving you Fridays. No, it's not Friday, it's Wednesday. Oh, I'm actually recording it on Tuesday. Wednesday's video. Hope you're very well. So, this today's video is a little bit different because I'm going to talk about the pending inflation that we would expect on the back of all the money printing that's been going on in the US and around the world on the back of the global pandemic. So we're going to have a quick look at that. But before we do that, just a quick look at some of these markets, which I think, just as an observation, just looking at something like euro dollar here. One thing, just the basics sometimes, when you've got your moving averages all lining up in the right way, where we've got the 50-day here, we've got the 20-day moving average, then we've got the 50, then we've got the 100, my green one, just crossing above the 200 below that. So it's lovely when you see markets in full trending mode and all the moving averages are in the right position as well. So nice to see that. See, obviously Euro got above 115 today. But a lot of these markets are having good runs, and really that brings me on to the likes of gold. We can have a look at the dollar, but again, you see what I mean about gold. But gold's been showing that trending behavior for quite some time. So it's been you can see again a lot clearer when you've got all the moving averages stacked up. Tells you that you basically buy the dips, and that was what I was doing with our swing traders back. Where did we buy? Yeah, back here. Right at 15.90, and then we bought some more 16.50. I think it was 16.50, something like that. So we've been held on for a while. We've taken out some of the profits recently, but why am I talking about gold then? Because that's no good to you. Well, coming back to my original sentence, what should you invest into if we have global, or if we have inflation? And when you think about the money printing, like I've said, that's been going on, then there will be certain asset classes which will benefit from that, and that's why gold has been going up, generally speaking, and silver has been doing well on the back of gold. In fact, silver, at the moment, is on an absolute tear. If I can bring a chart of silver up, then you can see that silver, wow, look at that. So amazing run. But again, I was buying into silver with our swing traders 3 years ago. I was buying physical silver, not trading it, just buying physical to hold. But back to gold. Gold is seen as an inflationary hedge. So if you can see that we do have inflation coming over in some point, it will probably take a while to come through, but at some point in the next year, then what with the monetary environment that we're in, then these are the asset classes. Paul Tudor Jones was interviewed a month or so ago, and he was given his top tips, so to speak, on which investments to invest into. So I thought I would share those with you. Now, if you don't know who Paul Tudor Jones is, he's one of the most famous traders in the world. He was one of the original market wizards interviewed in that famous book, and he's amassed quite a fortune as a fund manager. But he does a lot of philanthropic work and gives away a lot of money to youngsters and the likes, helps youngsters out. So he's a sort of trading hero of mine, always followed him a bit. And so he's been saying gold in his interview about a month ago. And so, and also, what else has he been recommending? So I say recommending, he's saying these are what he's saying are markets that should benefit from an inflationary environment. So don't ask me, some of the answers to these, but he's saying the Nasdaq 100 should benefit. And I think it's because he sees it that interest rates won't be going up initially. He thinks that the US will run the market hot, so they won't try to dampen inflation straight away. That's how he sees it, that they'll try to carry on stimulating that economy and let inflation get ahead of itself a little bit. So and if that's the case, then I guess until interest rates start to be hiked, then I can sort of understand that. Another one which is quite interesting is Bitcoin. Now he sees Bitcoin being on a similar to gold. It's not breaking out at the moment. In fact, if I bring up a chart of Bitcoin, it's come up a little bit, I think, but today, but nothing too much going on. But a nice triangle sort of pattern that's developing there for Bitcoin at the moment. But he sees that as being a beneficiary of the environment we are now in, with people looking at now cashless solutions to our spending. And so and and again, I've been looking at Bitcoin. I hold some Bitcoin, but and I think that in the long term, I can see myself Bitcoin going a bit higher. If anyone's seen my interviews that I've done this year on is it Cointelegraph? I think it is. And where I've sort of said that yeah, I'm longer term bullish on Bitcoin, but I wasn't massively bullish for this year, and so just more about in the next year, 18 months. So the nice thing with Bitcoin nowadays, there's so many different ways of buying it. If you've got something even like a Revolut card, like I have a Revolut banking account, like many of these sort of app-based banking, you can buy Bitcoin through those, and I think you can do the same through. One of my traders was saying just yesterday. Well, I think it might even be Cointelegraph. Have got their own facility as well. So it's not as difficult as it once was to buy into things like Bitcoin. So it's quite straightforward. So that's another one of his recommendations. Long US cyclicals, short defensive stocks, long Aussie yen, and long JP Morgan emerging market currencies as well. So, and the Goldman Sachs Commodity Index. So there's a few for you, just a few thoughts regarding what the world's greatest investor is suggesting should do well in the coming couple of years or so, as we go into a more inflationary environment. So inflation should benefit property as well. So for those of you who hold property, that should benefit you as well. So there you go. Slightly different recording this week. I just thought I'd do something entirely different to what I normally do. Take care for now. I'm not doing Friday's live trading this week for a change, so Kim's back, so he's doing it this week, and but I'll endeavour to get a video out over at the end of the week / Saturday as well. Take care for now.